my god, I didn't think any of my mods would be awake right now. Morning. It's morning for you, Kayla. Good morning, Miss Girl. Hi, Selma. Hi, Belly. It's my what? I'm making coffee. I need to get my nails done. I have 40 minutes before I have to go to my workout class. And yeah, so we're gonna get our nails done. Happy birthday, Belly! Oh my god! How old are you turning? Oh, it's not morning for me. It's 3 p.m. Oh my god, happy birthday, Belly. This is all it is. Hi, protagonist. Remind me of your name again. I have fun plans tonight. I haven't posted a reel on my Instagram in a couple days, and I was on a roll. Every day or every other day, I was posting a reel for a good month and a half. And then I haven't posted in like 4 days now. Just because, I don't know, I kind of like ran out of things. And there's been a lot happening in my life. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know when you get mad at yourself for letting... Okay, no, never mind. Can't say that. Belly, are you doing anything fun today? This is coffee. Cheers, guys. Kayla said crazy. Okay, let's go to my room and do my nails. Come on. Real quick, baby. Hi, sunshine. I really wanted to do a French tip, but I can't do it myself, and I don't want to go get my nails done. So, that's not happening. There's the other one over here. What's your opinion on this generation, the rise of children growing up without father figures? I mean, a lot of people have been growing up without a father figure for a while. So ask them, I guess. I do like having these conversations, but I feel like not this question. Oh my god, yesterday, if you guys don't know, I bartend. And, I opened up my makeup bag. No, not the time. And there were, like, one of my favorite regulars. They're both professors at, not my school, at another school. And they were asking me what classes I'm taking, and I told them I was taking an altruism class. And we had such a good conversation about it. But the main question was, do we think that when you do something that's selfless, is it really selfless because it's making you feel good? So isn't that kind of selfish? And I was like, and it got me thinking. And then we started talking about, it's not, it really all depends on your values, you know? Because if you're giving more than what you have, that's really selfless. But then it also depends what you value. Because if you're giving money and you don't value money, then, you know, am I making sense? Anyway, it was a very good conversation, and I had to stay at work for another 20 minutes after we closed because I talked too much with them, and it ended up like stopping me from closing. Can I get a Hoya? Oh my god, I remember. Those were like the best days when, what's her name? Alyssa Violet, Jake Paul. What was their name? Team One? It's Everyday, bro. Oh my god. I'm not eating anything, Neil. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Hi, Rose. I'm good. Look at what she does when she wants a treat. And then Evie has this toy that's bigger than her. I guess it's not really a toy. Where are your treats? Oh, guys. Oh, Millie doesn't like these. Watch how she's not even gonna grab it. Oh, damn. I guess she does. Gamer Boy FC. What are you doing here? Pray and read the Bible. I do, just not right now. I don't really have a lot of time, and my nails, I'm going out tonight and they look very crusty. You from India, basically? No, not basically. Not even like kind of. Not even like close. Oh my god, border collies are adorable, but I hear that they're one of the most hyper dogs, so you gotta have a very active life to keep that baby happy. Hi, Amelia. I'm from India. Yeah, I know. I have a lot of people from India. What? Sometimes I see some comments and I'm like, I know that this person, like, there's just, it's not going to be a conversation, you know? Like, they just want to rage bait me, and I'm not going to fall for it. So I don't even look. I don't even reply. I have a class to teach at 4:30. And then I'm going to come home. I need to make a reel. I'm going to make a reel of me getting dressed. And so you guys should follow me on Instagram. I want to wear a skirt. There's a skirt that I bought last year that I haven't worn once. And because I don't know how to style it, because it's, I don't know. And so yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to make a reel about styling it. I'm from Lebanon. I teach a Les Mills class. It's like an international company. They're based in New Zealand. And they have like all sorts of like programs. And I teach like 3 of their classes. It's super easy to get the certification. I would encourage everyone to do it. I literally don't know why everyone doesn't do it. You're working out and you're making money at the same time. It's like a no-brainer. She's from where they have village tigers. My necklace is just my name in Arabic. My dad got it for me last Christmas. The info to sign up for it. It's so it's like the gym that you go to has to have like kind of like sign a contract with them. And they have Les Mills classes in every, I don't know if you live in the US, but they have some in every state. Like where I live, there's a gym 7 minutes away from me. And the other closest one is half an hour. And the other one is an hour away. So I'm sure there's one around you guys. And basically, it's just like included with your gym membership. It's just one of the group classes in the gym, which is like super accessible for people because what, but I know a lot of people don't like group classes, which I don't understand. I could never work out by myself because how do you know what to do? How do you know what to do? And it's really intimidating. In most gyms, it's like, I don't know, you gotta know what you're doing. Like even me, I've been teaching fitness classes for like almost 3 years now, and I still don't do free weights by myself because I'm too scared. I forgot where I got my shirt from. I got it like 3 years ago, but the brand is right here. I don't know what it is, but this is the logo. That hurt my neck. I was born and raised Catholic, and I'm still Catholic. My mom just sent me a message that I'm gonna get emotional talking about it, but she accidentally locked my dog out for the night. It was Evie, not Millie. And she just like closed the door and she didn't pay attention that dog was outside, and she spent the night outside. And oh my god, she's like the most clingy dog ever. So it just makes me really sad to think like she was probably just crying all night. But it's okay. It happens. She has a loving home. A lot of dogs don't even have a home and they have to stay outside. But still very sad. Look at her. She's such a baby. Yes, you. You're a big baby. You're a big baby. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hi, Big Tex. It gets cold in Tennessee in January. Rose, I've watched, I think, one last year. I hate horror movies. I don't really watch them because I've talked about this before. I already have a tendency to be really anxious. I am not gonna spend money and time to make myself more anxious. Like, I'm sorry, I don't find anything about horror movies enjoyable. Not one bit. Like, most of the time, I don't even understand the storyline because I'm, like, pissing myself the whole time. So, no, it's a big no for me. But if you enjoy it, honestly, like, someone's got to enjoy it, right? So, good for you. But it's not for me. No, I'm forever going to be a rom-com movie girly. It's like a feel-good movie because everyone watches movies are like kind of the same thing as social media. It's like you watch it so you can escape your real life, you know? So like what's the point of escaping your real life to make yourself even more anxious? That's crazy to me. Imagine animals develop consciousness and start seeking revenge against humans for everything we've done to them. I do think that animals, well, I think some animals have like a higher consciousness than us. For example, cows. If you look at a cow's eyes, I see emotions, like clear emotions. Same for elephants, same for dogs. Sometimes fish, but there's no way fish have like higher consciousness. But I think, I don't know, they know something we don't know. That's for sure. But yeah, that's why I live by just like being kind to everything and everyone, every kind of species. Like, just have a good heart in general. That way, honestly, so you can sleep at night. Honestly, like, how do people sleep at night knowing that, I don't know. I was gonna say they hurt someone, but sometimes we just hurt people. Like, hurting, like, you know, sometimes it's just happens and you can't really prevent it. What are we talking about? It gets cold in Tennessee in January. I don't see emotions as much as intelligence. Well, you can call it emotional intelligence. It kind of goes hand in hand. But yeah, I mean, how do you know they're intelligent? Like, I mean, I guess it's the same thing, right? Because you see that they have thoughts. And that's why, like, sometimes I think about, like, you know how, like, hormones and emotions and everything, it goes, like, hand in hand? Like, when cows are, like, really scared, like, especially, like, before they kill them, they definitely, like, release a lot of, I don't know what the hormone is that you release when you're scared, but you definitely release a hormone. And, like, don't your muscles tense before you die because you're so scared that you know you're gonna die? So, like, how are we eating that meat? That, like, because if you think about it, like, even deeper, like, the hormones, like, we're eating them. So it has to translate somewhere in our body. So that's why I'm not Muslim, but I feel like sometimes it's better to eat halal meat because for Muslims, they eat only meat that their rule is that you, oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. I should have done a trigger warning before this. Their rule, I'm almost done. The rule is that you kill them in like one go. You don't like torture them or anything. They just, you know, like this. And so I feel like that has to be a little healthier. Like, you know, I feel like that really makes sense. My sister explained it to me and I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel bad for dogs that they only see black and white. I heard that the bigger the dog is physically, the more color they see. I think dogs see like red, blue, and, you know. Joe Rogan wants to meet me. That would be lovely. Okay, I think I caught up with the comments. My friends, I'm training for a marathon for you guys that don't know. I ran a mile with my friends today because they're just getting into running and they were like, you know that guy who ran like, and I was like, David Goggins? Who doesn't know him? That guy who ran, that's all you need to say. And I'm like, David Goggins. How does he do it? Yeah, I don't know. I feel really guilty about eating meat, but at the same time, it's like, this is just a circle of life. I just wish there was a more ethical way to do it. But that's the world we live in. Honestly, like, if I could be president... No, I'm not an alcoholic, bestie. Like, look, just ask yourself, what is the sun? If the sun is sun, space has no oxygen or air. You know, these are the kind of questions that I don't even ask myself because some questions are just meant to be unanswered. Like, who created God? If you ask yourself that question, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. And sometimes you just need to trust. Thanks, Amelia. Sometimes you just need to trust in just whatever you believe in. I believe in God. So sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to let you handle that. And I'm not going to give myself like a headache. Because the more you question like things that are way bigger than us, the more you trust in God less, I guess. That's the way to describe it. Because... yeah, because, like, why aren't there answers? Like, but maybe the lack of answers is to keep us safe. You ever thought about that one? Yeah, I don't know about that, Rose. Why do I have a world map? I like to pin every country I've been to. yeah, we're still working on that one. Oh my god, my nails are so crusty. I got a dip because it's supposed to be healthier than acrylics and gel. This is what they look like. So, yeah. Sometimes I sit and I think, and then when I'm done thinking, I end up having more questions than before I sat down. So, sometimes you just need to let God handle it. The live is gonna end in 25 minutes. I'm not into it, Maxwell. That's all I have to say. But you know what? I'm starting to live more and more by the saying. It's a very famous saying in French, and it goes. I'm gonna say it in English. It goes, "We need a little bit of everything to make a world. If we all had the same thoughts and experiences and opinions, what would the world be? It would be boring." So that's why I'm always saying, like, why do people, like, when did it become like the norm to just agree with everyone? And if you don't agree with them on one subject, you don't listen to anything they have to say. Like, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because everyone around you has something for you to gain. And I'm not saying that in like a use people kind of way, but like, learn is better than gain, I guess. Like, we need to like shut up and like listen more. That's what I have to say about that. So I just think people are just too sensitive nowadays. Like, it just makes me like, I don't know, like now I have to be careful who I say my jokes in front of. Did you ever study biology? Just in high school. I didn't really like science. Maybe it probably had a little bit to do with the fact that who taught it and how it was taught. I feel like my teachers in high school were very lazy. They just kind of like give us movies to watch and like fill this out, turn it in, and they give us 5 days to do it. And I'm just sitting in class watching Netflix. You know? An Indian who doesn't like science? What? Oh, what? It's almost like... Did you ever learn computer science? I took one class in high school. Are you from Ethiopia? Yeah, I am. I am. Everybody look up Ethiopian people and tell me if I look like them. Born and raised. Salam nesh and dimnesh. This is their how are you, good? It gets cold in Tennessee in January. Don't ask me how I know how to say that in Ethiopian. When I lived in Lebanon, we had a helper that was from Ethiopia, and she taught me a lot of words, but this is the only thing that I remember. She taught me, hi, how are you, good? Please and thank you and stuff, but I don't remember anything. I just remember, salam nish and dimnish. That's, how are you, good? Yeah, dude, my nails, I literally filed them twice this week already, but they keep breaking, so I'm just like filing them to the littlest, to the downest, lowest. So yeah. Wow, I just popped off with this conversation. That was crazy. So this is what they look like. I'm really debating on just going back and getting them done because I don't like this. I like looking at my hands during the day and being like, I love my nails. What's my favorite subject? When I was in high school, my favorite subject was AP Lit, literature. I feel like it was the only reason it was my favorite subject was because of the teacher. She was amazing. And I just like loved dissecting the books. Right now, I'm studying psychology, and I loved, what was the class called? Where they talk about like the symptoms of depression, anxiety, and the mental illnesses, basically. Have you ever tried? No, I've never tried those shampoos. It gets cold in Tennessee in January. The song's stuck in my head. Okay, I'm gonna do just one coat of clear. Come on. Being gay and try to socialize in society is hard AF. I feel like it depends what country, but in the United States, it's easier to be gay and socialize because the girls love you and they trust you. And actually, I was just talking to a friend about this yesterday. I feel like the gays are getting a little too comfortable oversharing with the girls. Like, yes, they see girls as a safe space, but at the same time, we need boundaries, you know? It's like, why does my gay manager feel comfortable telling me things about his personal life? Like, I know that if he was straight, it would be very inappropriate and I would call HR on him. But because he's gay, then it's fine? Is that how it works? Question mark? I mean, I thought it was funny because I find everything funny. But I don't know. I feel like if you say that kind of stuff to the wrong person, you're fired. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And we're just going to leave it at that. What's your favorite sweet or dessert? Ooh, I love cheesecake too, and I love raspberry cheesecake even more. I feel like I've just been loving raspberry stuff. Oh. And let's see. Tiramisu, you can't go wrong with tiramisu, but I don't like it when the base is watery. That kind of really like, I hate that texture. So I like it when it's like creamy. I'm a really big dessert person. I do speak French. What part of Syria are you from? Not from Syria. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep. How can we say it? Hi, Cameron. Oh my God, guys. Cameron is so sweet. He texted me on Instagram and he was like, good luck on your internship. You're gonna kill it. And I was like, you remembered. I love it when people are like in my live and I talk about something that I'm looking forward to. And then you guys remember and you text me. It's so sweet. Lebanon was part of Syria. How's work, Cameron? How's work been? My nails are are so sad. No Bible reading today, no. Got me singing like na 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 every day. You guys want me to show you the skirt that I'm gonna wear tonight? I don't know what shirt I'm gonna wear with it, but I'm gonna do a slick back. Why do I get so many views when I don't have my makeup done? Like, also, do you guys see the fly that keeps flying in front of the camera? Okay, we're not hating on gays here. We love gays, but yes, Amelia, you are. Government cut back on their budget, so I've had to redesign. Okay, well, that's good. Maria's here. Hi, Maria. I don't think there's been one live that you haven't been here. Do you mean that the friend was irritating because... No, well, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a friend. It was my manager. And he gave me very detailed stories about his life. And the point was that just because you like men doesn't mean you should be comfortable oversharing like this to a woman. And that was the whole story, you know? Question of the century, am I human? Is anyone? Sometimes we need to sit in the silence. We've been too comfortable just always having something playing. Like, if it's not music, it's a podcast. If it's not a podcast, it's some kind of video, YouTube video, Netflix, something always in the background. Like, think about like, when was the last time you sat with yourself in silence? And it's gonna blow your mind. Because whenever I ask myself this question, I know that I haven't been like really intentional about anything in my life. How do you balance LGBTQ support along with the anti-gay scripture in the Bible? See, this is a question that I really pondered because I was like, the priest at church said, if you don't agree with every single thing we're saying in church, then you're not a good Catholic. And I stopped going to church for like 2 months after he said that because I was like, who are you to tell me that? And then I started thinking about the difference between my relationship with God himself and my relationship with the church itself. And then I was like, am I supposed to like just blindly like, I don't know. I was like, what's the difference between like being a good Catholic and making up my opinions? And how does that fit into like society? So now I just kind of like consider like love everyone. And like if you don't support someone, that's fine. You can still like be respectful to them, you know? Yeah. So I don't know. It took me a while to like really like stop like being so hard on myself with like what am I supposed to believe? What am I supposed to like, you know? So now I just kind of like take stuff based on like what I need to hear. Like I go to church. I try to go every Sunday. And yeah, I guess I still like question myself on a couple things because yes, My favorite color, it changes like every other day. Right now it's green, like forest green, dark green. No one's seen Jessie, no. Yeah. That's why I feel like there's so much. But at the same time, I feel like if I just listened to the church and didn't make my own opinions, then I would kind of like be more at peace because I wouldn't question anything, and then I would just be with people who just supported my beliefs, and that would make me like, you know, like more zen and stop me asking myself so many like questions that I don't have the answers for. But at the same time, it's like I kind of want to, I don't know. Yeah. Questioning things are good, yeah. But it's just so complicated. Sometimes I'm like, just give my head a break. Please stop me from thinking. And sometimes I pray about those things to God, and I'm like, please give me the guidance so that I can see, I don't know, like just give me the guidance to like make up my mind and live in peace with my opinions while, you know, still being a good person and a good Catholic. But I don't know. I think if you ask the priest, he's probably going to tell you that I'm a bad Catholic because there's some things that I don't agree with that the church agrees with. But I feel like your religion and your relationship with God is just between you and God. We all have like, even though like I feel like we all read, even if we're all reading the same Bible, we're all going to take different things from it because it's just going to resonate with you and everything you've been through, everything you believed growing up, and everything that you've experienced. So it's just going to speak differently to you, even though we're reading the same thing. That's why I feel like, I don't know, religion is just so personal that. Amelia. Yeah, you've said that before. Amelia. Thank God Blue Neptune found Jessie. Yeah, Cameron. And I felt so bad for thinking that because my whole life I grew up in the church, but sometimes I don't know, there's been moments I was like, where am I? What am I doing here? But then I'm like, wait, no, this is like my safe space. I don't know. I feel like we've all had like gone through phases that we're like close to God, not close to God, close to the church, not close to the church. But I feel like I always come back. So I feel like this is like genuinely like my base is just being Catholic. So I feel like no matter what I think or experience or, you know, I'm always just going to come back to my roots, which is being Catholic. Yeah. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to end the live. I got to go to the gym. So it was a good talk. We talked about a lot of interesting things today, but we're going to, you got red shoes. Send them to me on Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of me. It's Life of Christy with 2 Y's, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Bye. Baseball Kid 360 said get a job, and from your picture, I think you're 12 years old, so that's cute.